Hello and welcome to Tricks of the S-Trade video channel. Sorry to say, this is just a little bit of stuff that I forgot while making the Chester Bennington video, because I was talking about an exercise regimen which I guarantee is gonna make you lose weight in under 24 hours, and you start seeing the difference in 24 hours. So this is one of the regimens that you need to do, which will be the last regimen. So on the Chester Bennington video, I told you guys about maybe 6 regimens, and I forgot this last one. And this is why I had to make this video just to let you guys know that this is the last one that you should get up on if you want to try to lose weight. If you've had problems, over years trying to lose weight, you've had several different trainers, you've plateaued and things are not going the way you want to. So this video is more like an addition. So you need to watch the Chester Bennington video before you can watch this one, because I talk about the first 6 steps in the regimen. This is the 7th one, which I missed. I totally forgot while making the video because I had so much to say. I totally forgot about this. So if you're fair enough, I'm gonna put up a document here, a link up the document here in the description section, so you can go through the regimen yourself. And I've also added the 7th step that I missed. So you guys shouldn't forget that the document is going to be up on this video as well as the Chester Bennington video. So what you guys are looking at right here is called the seated leg press machine. Now some of these machines have single rack that you can load weights, and some of them have double racks. So let me show you the one that looks like a double rack. So this is the double rack, okay? So now it is very, very important that you know where exactly to load the weights. So if it's a double rack, you have to load the weights on top of the highest rack, not the one down here. If it's a single rack like this one, then that's all you have. You just have to load the weights here. So remember that if it's a double rack, or if you're working with a double rack, always load the weights up at the highest rack. Don't load it at the second one below. If it's a single rack like this one right here, which is just one, then that's okay. There's nothing you can do. That's what you have. That's what you have to work with. Okay. So always load the weights at the highest rack if you have a double rack. Okay. So now when you sit on this leg press machine, when you're trying to sit, getting seated on this leg press machine, what you have to remember is that you have to set up this chair. Now, if this is the highest point of this chair in which you can sit up the chair, then that's fine. If it's not, you have to find the highest point on the chair and sit it up. The reason why you have to sit up the chair is because you're trying to develop so much tension in this muscle right here. Okay, if you sit way back and lay down like you're laying down on your bed and try to do this motion, right, you're not gonna have enough tension in this muscles around here. Now what happens is that this leg press machine works your whole entire leg. So it works your quadriceps, it works your hamstring, and it works your glutes. Okay, and anything that works your legs is going to pump so much, like it's gonna make your heart and lungs work more, so you're gonna burn fat. So this is the last step. Now remember, like I said before, on this regimen, the order of the regimen matters. You should do it according to the order that is listed in the document, which I'm going to post up on this video in the description section. So don't forget that. So now when you load up this particular weight machine and you sit it up like I've said, and you sit into it, all right, you must make sure that your back is firmly placed, right, is firmly pushed back into the seat itself. All right. When you make sure that your back is firmly pushed into the seat, then you put your leg up as well, all right? And make sure that the tension, that you feel the tension in this muscle right here before you release the lever right here to push the weight. So make sure that your back, one, let me go through the steps on this machine again. One, make sure if you have a double rack, that means it's not a single rack leg press machine, that you load the weights on the highest rack. Okay. Secondly, make sure that the chair right here is seated up at the highest position that chair is made to be seated up at. All right. Make sure it's seated up at the highest position that is possible, that the chair allows. When you get into the seat and place your feet on the pad itself, make sure that your back is firmly pushed into this chair. All right. The only way you're going to know if your back is firmly pushed into this chair is that before you actually release the lever, all right, to push this weight upwards, you have to feel the tension in this muscle. If you don't feel the tension in this muscle, that means your back is not firmly put into the seat. So remember to do that. Once you're done with that, then you release the lever right here and just push. That's all you have to do. You have to go through 4 sets of this, and you have to push until you fail. And make sure that the weights that you're putting up on here is not too heavy, such that you don't have a full range of motion. Another thing you have to remember is, like, when you're pushing the weights, don't push your knees into your chest. No, don't do that. Push it all the way up just before your chest. And when you're pulling it back, when you're pushing it back into the starting position, don't lock out your knees. Don't try to straighten your knees. That's the best way I can say it. All right. So make sure you're pushing. When you're pushing, you don't push your knees back into your chest. You don't want to do that. You just want to make sure that you get past hip flexion. That means you have enough range of motion backwards and upwards. Don't lock out your knees. And that's that. So I'm going to leave a link of the description of the whole regimen in this particular video, which you have to go through. I'm going to leave the link of this document so you guys can go through, read up on it, download it. And I guarantee you, like I said, in 24 hours, when you go through that regimen in the order that I have mentioned, you won't need any of those ridiculous training methods. You wouldn't need any of those like crazy supplements, dieting, and all that to lose weight. You will continue losing weight until you start saying, okay, I want to stop and just maintain what I have. So that's just what I wanted to show you guys, and I hope that you learned something. If you did, that's great. Subscribe and stay tuned, and I leave you with these words as usual. Please always look with your eyes and see with your brain. Thanks, and bye-bye.